Hi, I'm Dr. Hachi, a veterinarian in Japan. Let me ask you something. Could the way you walk your dog actually be wrong? Today's topic is common walking mistakes. For a lot of dogs, the walk is the best part of their whole day. But if you get it wrong, it can quietly turn into a burden on your dog without you ever realizing it. Today I'll go over 4 of the most common mistakes. One of them especially can be a serious mistake that puts your dog's life at risk. If you want to keep enjoying walks with your dog, please stick with me to the end. Alright, let's get into it. Common walking mistakes. Number 1 is walking your dog on a collar. When you picture walking a dog, you probably picture a collar, right? But walking on a collar can put extra strain on your dog's neck. There are 2 problems a collar can lead to. First, coughing. Pulling on a collar irritates the windpipe. And when that goes on for a long time, your dog can end up coughing more easily. In older dogs who are prone to coughing anyway, the symptoms can get even worse. Second, neck pain. A collar also puts strain on the bones and the muscles around the neck. Plenty of dogs end up with a sore neck after pulling hard during a walk. Neck pain is a lot harder on them than you'd think, so it's worth preventing if you can. So instead of a collar, I'd recommend using a harness. A harness supports the whole body, so it's easier on your dog, and it's easier for you to keep them under control. If you've always walked your dog on a collar, it's worth thinking about. Common walking mistakes. Number 2 is walks that are too short or too long. Walking is exercise, so a lot of people think the longer, the better. And on the other hand, if you're busy, the walk can turn into just a quick trip outside. When walks are too short, your dog doesn't get enough exercise or stimulation, and stress builds up. When walks are too long, it puts strain on the joints and the muscles. Small dogs and older dogs especially can look completely fine that day, and then the symptoms show up the next day or later. So let me give you some rough guidelines for how often and how long. For small dogs, once or twice a day is a good target, and about 15 to 30 minutes each time. Rather than covering distance, go at a slow pace and let them sniff the grass along the way. For large dogs, once or twice a day as well, and about 30 to 60 minutes each time. For a large dog, walks matter a lot as a way to burn off energy, so if they're healthy, give them a good, full walk. For senior dogs, it doesn't have to be every single day. Go by how they're feeling, and keep it to about 10 to 20 minutes, stopping before they get tired. And for dogs with joint problems, or dogs carrying extra weight, keep the distance shorter and the pace slow. Instead of one long walk, split it up into more walks, so you're not pushing their body too hard. These are only rough guidelines, and they won't apply to every dog. What matters isn't how many minutes, how many miles, or how many times you go. It's whether the walk suits your dog's health, their build, and their personality. Wobbling after a walk, not wanting to go out, digging their heels in when it's time to head home. If you're seeing things like that, it may be a sign the amount isn't right for your dog. Common walking mistakes. Number 3 is walking during the hottest part of the day. Depending on where you live, it may not be hot right now, but making this mistake in the summer can cost your dog their life. Dogs are affected by heat far more than most people realize. In practice, I see plenty of dogs whose owners tell me something seemed off after their walk. Here are the signs of heat stroke. Their breathing gets fast and heavy, panting hard with the tongue hanging out, getting so weak they can't stand up. Dogs can't really cool themselves down by sweating the way we do. So in a hot environment, heat builds up inside their body. The times to be especially careful are the middle of the day and the early evening, when it's still hot out. What feels like a little warm to you can be brutal for a dog walking right down at ground level. In the summer, try to walk them early in the morning or at night, once the temperature has come down. And here's one that tends to get missed. In the summer, make it a habit to touch the ground before you head out and check how hot it is. If you see any of those heat stroke signs after a walk, the heat may already be taking a toll on their body. When that happens, get them to a vet as soon as you can. Everything so far has been about the physical side of things. But a walk isn't only about the body. It matters a lot for your dog's mind too. This next one is really important, so please stay with me. Common walking mistakes. Number 4 is barely letting your dog sniff. You might think the walk is exercise time, so it's better to keep them moving without stopping. But for a dog, a walk means more than just exercise. There are 2 things a walk gives your dog. First, moderate exercise. This keeps their stamina up and keeps their muscles and joints moving. And that word, moderate, is the important part. Like I said earlier, too short and too long are both a problem. The other one is exploratory behavior. That means sniffing around to gather information about what's going on around them. For a dog, sniffing isn't just a little detour. It's something they need on an instinctive level. When walk after walk gives them almost no chance to do that, they don't feel satisfied and stress builds up. And that can show up at home as restlessness, as more barking, or as getting into things they shouldn't. They're getting their walks, and yet they're still not really satisfied. Now, the point here isn't to let them do whatever they want the entire walk. What matters is stopping at a few spots along the way and giving them time to sniff. Even just 30 seconds or so is a great change of pace for them. If you want your dog to come home from a walk truly satisfied, that sniffing time really matters. Try keeping it in mind. So what did you think? Let's go back over the 4 mistakes. 1. Walking on a collar. 2. Walks that are too short or too long. 3. Walking during the hottest part of the day. 4. Barely letting your dog sniff. The walk is one of the best parts of a dog's whole day. Keep today's points in mind and make that time something your dog truly enjoys. On this channel, I share information about dog health and everyday life with dogs. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. Let's keep learning together. Thanks so much for watching.